Hello and welcome. My name's Kevin, and in this podcast, we're going to improve our English together just by listening, relaxing, and enjoying real life ideas. So don't worry about understanding every single word. Just listen, follow the story, and let the language come naturally. All right, let's begin. You ever just pick up your phone just to check one thing, and then somehow you're still there 20 minutes later? You don't even remember what you've watched, just faces, clips, noise, just one thing blending into the next. And at some point, you kind of wake up like you've been pulled out of something, and you think, what was I even doing? I had that moment the other night. It was late, the room was quiet. I told myself I'd just check one thing quickly before bed, just one thing. Yeah, you already know how this goes. I sat there, scrolling video after video, each one just interesting enough to keep me there. And then I looked at the time. 1:47 a.m. And then I sat there for a second, because I couldn't remember a single thing I'd actually watched. Not one. That's when it hit me. I wasn't choosing anything anymore. I was just consuming. There's something strange about that feeling. It's not dramatic, it's not loud, it's quiet. Like realizing you've been somewhere, but you weren't really there. And I started thinking, when did that become normal? When did we all just accept that we'd spend hours of our lives watching things we don't even remember? I remember what it used to feel like before all this. And I'm not talking about some nostalgic, perfect past. Just different. There were moments of boredom, real boredom, waiting for something, sitting somewhere with nothing to do, no phone to reach for. And back then, boredom wasn't something to escape instantly. It was just there. And something interesting happened in those moments. You started thinking about your life, about ideas, about things you wanted to do. Sometimes you'd imagine things. Sometimes you'd get creative. Sometimes you'd just sit. Now, the second there's even a hint of silence, we fill it immediately. It's like we've trained ourselves to never be alone with our own thoughts. There's always something playing, something scrolling, something pulling us in. And the thing is, it feels harmless. It feels small. Just a few minutes, just one more video. But those minutes add up, not just in time, but in attention. Because attention is a strange thing. Where you put it is where your life goes. And if most of your attention is going into things you didn't even choose, what does that do over time? You start reacting instead of deciding, following instead of creating, watching instead of living. And the platforms are designed for this. Not in some dramatic conspiracy way, just very effectively. They learn what keeps you there, what makes you pause, what makes you watch a little longer, and then they give you more of that, and more, until suddenly you're not really choosing anymore, you're just responding. And then there's the other side of it, the part we don't always talk about. You're not just watching content, you're watching people, their lives, their highlights, their wins. And even if you don't mean to, you start comparing, quietly, subtly, constantly. Where you are versus where they seem to be. What you have versus what they show. And if you stay in that long enough, it starts to shape how you see yourself, what you think matters, what you think success looks like, even what you think you should want. But here's the question. Are those things actually yours? Or were they placed there, one scroll at a time? The strange part is, nothing feels wrong in that moment. That's what makes it powerful. It doesn't feel like you're losing anything until you step back, until you notice the time that disappeared, the things you didn't start, the conversations you half paid attention to. The moments you were physically there but mentally somewhere else. Now, I don't think social media is the enemy. It's not about deleting everything or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about awareness to me. That moment where you catch yourself mid-scroll and you pause. Not judging it, not forcing anything, just noticing. I didn't choose this. I just ended up here. And in that moment, you get something back. A little bit of control. Because the real difference isn't whether you use it or not. It's whether you're choosing it. There's a big difference between I'm going to watch something and I don't know how I got here. I still catch myself doing it all the time. Reaching for my phone without even thinking, scrolling without deciding. But now, every once in a while, I stop, just for a second, and I ask myself, why am I here? What am I actually looking for? And sometimes I don't pick it back up. So maybe that's it. Not some big rule, not some extreme change, just a moment of awareness. The next time you reach for your phone and the scroll begins, just notice it. Because that moment might be the difference between watching your life and actually living it. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, and I hope the next time you pick up your phone, it's for something productive, something creative, and not just out of boredom. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.